Matrices. Fun, am I right? No. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to find the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix by using an augmented matrix. Here we go. So when we work with this matrix, there's three things that we're allowed to do. We're allowed to switch two rows, just completely like take one row and transpose it with the other row, just flip-flop. We can multiply a row by any number, or we can multiply a row by a number and then add it to another row. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this matrix to look like this one. And then as we work on this matrix, it'll change the numbers in this one until it becomes the inverse of this matrix. So we want to go systematically through here and start making zeros. I want to change this 2 into a 0. So I need to look at the other numbers around it to figure out how I can do that. I could subtract 2 times this row, or I could just add 1 times the third row. No. I could subtract 2 times this row, or I could add 2 times this row. My choice. I think I will just subtract 2 times this row. So 2 times 1 is 2, so I'm going to minus 2 from here. 2 times 0 is 0, and 2 times 1 is 2, so I'm going to minus 2. Then I have to come over here and I have to do the same operation. So 2 times 1 is 2, so minus 2. 2 times 0 is 0, minus 0. 2 times 0 is 0, minus 0. And then I total it up. So 2 minus 2 is now 0. 1 minus 0 is still 1. And 3 minus 2 is 1. And then over here, 0 minus 2 is negative 2. 1 minus 0 is 1. And 0 minus 0 remains 0. So I have the 0 here. Now I want to get a 0 here. How can I get a 0 here? I could add these two rows together. So I'll just take this row and I'll add it to this row. So plus 1 plus 0 plus 1. And then take this row, add it to this row. So plus 1 plus 0 plus 0. So negative 1 plus 1, 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 1 plus 0 is 1. So now I have the first column of an identity matrix, 1, 0, 0. So now I want to get this column to be 0, 1. I need to change this to a 0. How could I change that to a 0? I could subtract row 2 from row 3. How about that? So minus 0, minus 1, minus 1. Did that show up? Yeah. Okay, and then here, minus negative 2, minus 1, minus 0. Total it up. 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus negative 2, that's like 1 plus 2, that makes 3. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. Okay. So now the second column's good to go, 0, 1, 0. So now I want to get this column to say 0, 0, 1. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to try and turn this 1 into a 0. How can I do that? Well, I could subtract this row from this row, but that's going to mess things up because then it's going to change this back into a negative 1. I wanted it to be a 0, so I'm not going to mess with that. But I can take row 3 and subtract it from row 1. So minus 0, minus 0, minus 1, and then take this row, subtract it from this row, so minus 3, minus negative 1, and then minus 1. So 1 minus 0 is 1, 0 minus 0 is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. 0 minus negative 1, that's like 0 plus 1, so it's 1. And 0 minus 1 is negative 1. I'm nearly home. All I have to do now is change this change this one into a 0. How can I do that? I could subtract row 3 from row 2. So let's use blue. Okay, so row 3, so minus 0, minus 0, minus 1. Now do the same thing up here, minus 3, minus negative 1, and minus 1. Okay, 0 minus 0 is 0, 1 minus 0 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5, 1 minus negative 1, that's like 1 plus 1, so that's 2, and 0 minus 1 is negative 1. So this is now an identity matrix, and this is the inverse of the matrix that used to be over here. I hope that helped. Have fun with your matrices.